Hello, everybody. Today is December 15th, and this is my second live stream. I had one a day ago. And today we're going to be doing live questions, anything Bitcoin or crypto related, newbie type stuff, or whatever questions you might have. While we're waiting to get some questions, let's take a look at what's going on with the market today. Looks like cryptos are up. Market cap is sitting at about $500 billion. That's quite a jump. Let's see how that's been rising. Looks like I got my feed in the background. Okay. So, as you can see, we are on a huge rise here. Whoa, man, forever we were stuck here. Look at this. 3 billion, 4 billion, and then blam. To the moon is what they call that. So, let's see where all the money's going. Looks like Bitcoin's up about 17.7 today, 17,700. That's pretty good. I think it's going to stick in this range for a while, this 16, 17. And for Bitcoin, a while could just mean a few days. Looks like our Ethereum's up. Bitcoin Cash is dropping down. Bitcoin Cash drops whenever Bitcoin rises. So it seems to me anyway. Litecoin's been on a huge pump lately. It's probably due to all the congestion from Bitcoin fees right now. No one's able to get transfers through. Well, they are, but it takes forever. But this is going to come back down, I think. It's a little overvalued. This one here, this ADA, I've been keeping my eye on that. It's kind of new, and it's already creeped up to the number 8 spot. It's got a lot of potential. I'd keep my eye on that too, if I was anybody else. BitConnect coin, always a buy there. That's going to be at $1,000 sooner than you think. And basically, all these coins that are in like the first 50, 100, I like them. Like, they did not get here by accident. People are using them. There's 1,300 cryptocurrencies that they're tracking right now. So the top 100 is usually the ones that I follow. The ones you should follow too if you're new to this. You want to get to these pages. This coin market cap, this is important. Come here all the time. Every day I'm on this page, and you should be too. If you want to learn more about crypto, you could follow, what's going on with the market. You don't want something to be happening and you don't know about it. So let's take a look at some Bittrex. Bittrex is, we got to refresh it here. It's been a few minutes. That's one thing I don't like about their cover page is we're not getting these instant updates like we used to see on some of them in the past. And if you click on these things, I mean, they're going crazy. the buy and sell is just jumping all around. Let's take a look at the orders being processed. Well, I guess it's not going as crazy. You see the whole sheet refresh there. And there again, and there again. But I missed that from the other exchange. But if you're new to Bitcoin, okay, so this video is about newbies and coming into Bitcoin. Bittrex is a good site to come to and learn about trading. Learn about trading the altcoins. Follow the market. This is one of the biggest. This is their volume here. It's a lot of Bitcoin. So these guys are going through a lot. But this is where I would come to follow if I was going to do such a thing. Okay, so one of the most common questions that I get is, other than what is Bitcoin? I'm assuming you know a little bit about Bitcoin if you're watching this video. A little bit. You've seen something on the news. You've decided to follow it for one reason or whatever. And you made a good choice, let me tell you. Now let me show you a site. This is Local Bitcoins. If you look down in the description, there's some links to all these sites. Any site that I visit, I will put the link down below. If it's not there yet, I'll get to it. But Local Bitcoins, this is a site I recommend new people try out. And the reason for that is it's easy and it's quick. Okay, if you go to some of the other places like Coinbase, they try and make it, well, they try really hard to verify your identity. And that could take a while. It could take a week. It could take longer. Especially if you don't have bank accounts and credit cards and pictures of every possible thing they could ask for. So Local Bitcoins, you could buy with cash, credit cards, PayPal, just about anything you could think of, gift cards. I've even seen barter type of stuff on here. Each one of these ads here that you see is a different person, a user just like you, because you could buy Bitcoins or you could sell Bitcoins, right? So let's just click on buy Bitcoins, assuming that you're brand new. And let's see what it would look like if we were going to buy some Bitcoins. And this is without, I mean, this site has some verifications as well. Like you got to have a cell phone. Well, you don't have to, but it makes it better. The more you verify yourself, the more ads you could see. Let's see here. My internet's being slow today. So here we've got, yeah, and you notice the prices are a little higher than what you're going to see over here on the coin market cap, right? We're only at about 17.7 there. Well, these guys mark it up just a little bit. Well, it depends. Depends on how you're paying. Usually the first ads they show you here are the most popular. These are bank transfers. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, any bank you could think of, they accept it. And what you would do is you would click on one of them. They have different amounts on what they're willing to sell. This one's $900 to $8,400. And you'd say, hey, I want to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And it does a calculation that's 0.05. And then you'd scroll down and I'm not logged in at the moment, but right here it would say trade, and you initiate that trade. At that point, local Bitcoins locks up those Bitcoins. So it takes them from the buyer, and neither of you have them at that point, and they hold it in escrow for up to 270 minutes, or depending on whatever you set it at. And during that 270 minutes, that's when you should read all this part first, because every one of them is different, the terms of their trades. But usually the gist of it is they'll send you an account number, and you go to the bank, make a deposit, and then you come back and mark it as paid within that 270 minutes and upload your proof, your picture, or you just let them know. And another good thing is don't buy like $1,000. Buy $1,023. That way they know for sure that that was you that put that money in there and put exactly that amount. And then you mark it as paid. And then he'll verify the money and release it, and you got your Bitcoin. It was that easy. If for any reason he didn't release it, well, once you mark it as paid, local Bitcoin holds on to your coins and will go and verify that you made the payment, and then they'll release the coins to you. But that never happens. Hardly ever. You can see their feedback here. Every person that is selling on here has feedback, and you want to go off of that, because there's places where you'll like, let's say you're going to sell some Bitcoin, right? Just a little bit. You need $100 or whatnot, and you want it in, not to your bank account, but to PayPal. See, there's all these different options, and you could even make up your own option if you wanted to. Well, here you've got people that have thousands of feedback, meaning they're not going to charge back the PayPal. If you're ever thinking, is there an honest person on earth that I could sell Bitcoin to for PayPal and they're not going to charge back, this is probably where you're going to find them. And like I said, I would stick to people that are higher in the that have been here a while. You know what I mean? You could click on their reputation. You could click on this. This is the average time that it takes them to pay you, 8 minutes. And you can see how long they've been. They've been around for 2 years and 6 months. They've been verified for that long. They're trusted by over 500 people. They were blocked by 24 people. But you don't get trusted unless you're doing something right. And then there's some feedback. If you look, you could follow what they're doing. Another cool thing about this site that a lot of people don't know. Okay, let's say you want to sell your Bitcoins, and you want to sell it for more, way more than what the going rate is. Is that even possible? Yes, it is, depending on what you're willing to accept as payment. Now, these gift card codes are something that are pretty cool. If you're willing to use the PlayStation Store, you could get 20,000 a coin right now. Scroll down a little. If you want to go to Target, you can get 25,000 a coin right now. Whole Foods Market, 42,000. These say other, it could be anything. I've seen this as high as 100,000 before for a Bitcoin. And you can see there, it'll say 50 to 50. This means they have a $50 Xbox card that they want to sell for Bitcoin. Or they have between a $10 and $100 PlayStation card that they want to sell for Bitcoin. And you can use the gift cards to buy with Bitcoin as well. So I would check it out. Any newbies, you do have to be careful on this site because, like any other site that deals with Bitcoins, there's going to be scammers and people that are trying to take advantage. So you really need to stick to people that have a high feedback, okay, that have already proven themselves honest. Don't, if you see someone and they're saying, oh, I'll give you $1 million of Bitcoin, but they've only got like a 2 on their feedback, don't do it. You're probably going to lose your coin, or you might not lose it, but it'll be tied up and locked up, and just don't take the chance. Stick with people that have a higher rating. Let's see. I'm not seeing any live questions. That's okay because this is a new channel, and a lot of people that will watch this might not watch it live anyway. But if you are watching, subscribe to the channel and it'll let you know next time I'm live, and you could ask me questions live, or you could post them down under the video and we can go from there. Okay, this is another site. I'm just going over general newbie stuff here, and this is something that I think every newbie should be doing, like day one, is MinerGate. All right, I have a link for this down below, and what this is mining coins made easy, made real easy. You come here, you sign up, you click on downloads, and it's going to have this program called the MinerGate program, and they have it for all these different versions, and that's kind of what it looks like right here when it's running. But what this thing will do is it'll analyze your computer, whether it's an old computer or a new, laptop, a gaming system, it doesn't matter, and it'll see what coins can your computer start making now. And there are coins that your computer can make right now. You don't have to have a supercomputer to earn coins. You could just, you go on this, you click, you download it, and then all you got to do to get it going when you start it is type in your email address, and you're there. It goes. It'll give you an estimate. There's an option in there where, let's see if you could, it's over here, it's called the benchmark. I don't know if you can see that. But that'll test your computer and give you an idea of where you stand against other computers, and how much you might make in a year. But you can't believe it, because with the prices of crypto rising so fast, that if it said you're going to make $10 in a year, you might find out that that was really $1,000 a year from now. But I would get this for any newbie. Highly recommend it, and because it's going to give you some coins, and you could send those coins straight over to an exchange like Bittrex here. It's like, let's take a look at my dashboard. I only got one little computer running this at the moment. It says one active worker, 16 hashes a second, which is almost nothing. Yet, I got 120 Bitcoin sitting here. This is after a few days. And if I was new, I could just run this program for a few days, get these coins, and send them right over to these big exchanges. Bittrex takes Bitcoin. Basically, all these coins that it could possibly mine for you are on Bittrex or are on some other major exchange. So I would check this out. Highly, highly recommend it for anybody that's brand new to Bitcoin. Okay? And it'll do it all on its own. It's even got a smart function where it'll jump around and mine the most profitable one. So you could tell people, hey, I'm mining crypto coins, and you could start telling them stories of how you got into it. And it was easy. All you do is download this little program and you're in it, you're mining Bitcoins. You can get a little more intense. They do sell some power. If you came here and you said, hey, my computer, I want more power, you could actually come here to their cloud mining area and purchase at least these two different types of mining power right now. This would be Bitcoin, and this XRM or XMR is Monero. And those are both great coins. I do not use the cloud mining myself. That's a story for another video. But for newbies, if you're new, MinerGate, I got a link down below. Download the program, run it, and you're going to be getting some free coins. It's really that simple. Let's see. Let me show you another site. Okay, if you're brand new and you're saying, hey, I want some free coins, there's this site, not too popular, but it's called Trade Satoshi. I'll put a link for that in the description below. I don't have one down there yet, but I will put one. And what I like about this one is right here. This tab, it says faucets. Now a faucet is something that they set up to just give coins away. You just show up every so often and it'll give you coins. And a lot of the coins that it gives you are, I don't know, not so valuable at the moment, so you would think, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes they go up, and they do. And I'm going to show you. Here are, what I did was I clicked right here on the claim amount, and this sorted it, because there's tons and tons and tons of coins that you could come and claim, and you could come and click every one of these and claim every little piece of this coin once a day. But I like to claim the ones that give you the most, because this little 50 Satoshi of these, I mean, it's worth it. If you ain't doing anything, pick it up. But it's free coins. These strong hands. This is a cool little coin. It has a very high stake, which means if you put it in your private wallet, the coins multiply really fast. This XP pack, flap coin, you get 3 coins just by coming. Here, let's do a claim. Let's claim some flap coins, see how it's done. You just come, click on claim, 3 flap. All right, I'm not a robot. And you know, oddly enough, I've come to this site all the time, and like every time it'll just give me a check mark here without like challenging me. Or maybe once it actually challenged. Then you hit claim. Claim was successfully processed, right? And everything I have in this account has just come from the faucets. We look on the balances here. You'll see how many I've got. Hide the 0 balance. And these are the free coins that I've got just by coming by and showing up and clicking on the link once a day. And who knows? This J coin here, they used to give away a half a J coin. They don't anymore because it's on the rise. I think I could get like 40 doggy coins or Doge coins, however you pronounce it, for one of the J's. And this site, you could trade all sorts of stuff. There's not a lot of volume here, okay? I'll warn you of that right off the bat. And if you're going to transfer coins out of here, I would recommend you transfer not Bitcoin. Okay, so don't like cash it all out into Bitcoin and try and send it. Instead, get one of these other coins and transfer it to that, and then send that from one exchange to the next, and it'll go right through. But sometimes with Bitcoin, you'll see delays. That's a good trick for any exchange. All right, that looks a little better. Had a bit of a streaming issue for a moment there. Looks like we are back on. So let's get into some questions. Otherwise, I'll just go over most common type stuff. Again, the miners gate, easy, free Bitcoin. You have to check that out. So let me take a moment, since I'm new and we ain't got like a big audience right now, so I can't just glance over the live. I do have the live chat that I'm monitoring in case anyone sends a question. I'll try to follow it. So let's see here. I am at this website every day, and what I'm doing now is trying to take a glance of some of the coins that I know that I own that I like to follow. One of them is this ADA. I was talking about it earlier. I think I bought it at 300 Satoshi, and they're pretty new. They're really new, and that's one of the things I liked about it. I don't give financial advice, so whatever you do, don't invest in something that I'm saying because I said it. Because trust me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Not when it comes to investing. I think I know what I'm talking about. Like, I'll convince myself, but this Verge here, this is another one I like. This is going to go. So just me talking to myself, right? I would sit here and look at this and say, Verge, I know can hit 300. I know that, and it probably will. And I got some, and I probably won't get out of it until that point. Bitcoin Cash. This is another one I like to trade in. I love this coin, and it's because it's like Bitcoin's evil cousin. Like, everything that Bitcoin does, this guy does the opposite. So if you wake up and they say, tomorrow, oh my God, Bitcoin's at $25,000. 25 G's. And you're all happy. You're going to come here and see Bitcoin Cash dropped, right? Maybe not in its USD value. If you're new to this site, this is a Bitcoin market, and it has many, many pages. If you look right here, these are different pages of the different markets. Right now, it's just lined up according to volume. And this would be the Ether. I would call it the Ethereum market. And then you go down a little lower and you'll see the USDT. And if you're new, you might be saying, what is USDT? And why does it have its own market? Well, this USDT, you can see it right over here. It's always in the top 20 of the coin market cap. If you're just watching the feed now, this is another site that I tell people to follow. You know, every day you should be looking at this and seeing what coins are going up, what coins are going down, because it's kind of like a race. No, I know Tether's at least a billion. There it is. Tether. USDT. Now, this little dot right here, this is an important dot. See it? What this means is you cannot mine these coins. They are not mineable for whatever reason. They are not, you cannot get them through mining, right? So Tether, that's what we were talking about. Tether they came up with to get around the banks, basically, because in 2013, beginning of 2014, all of us were trying to start something Bitcoin related. And the bank would let you start, but very quickly they would close your account and not want to do business with you anymore because you're related to Bitcoin. Because the banks do not like Bitcoin. And so everyone lost their account. You couldn't accept cash at these exchanges. They had nothing to do with it. So these guys came up with USDT, which is a tether to the US dollar. It's always going to be worth $1, no matter what. It's not a good investment because your money's never going to increase or decrease if you own USDT. But let's say you were here and you wanted to sell Bitcoin for cash and then buy Litecoin with that cash. Well, this is where you would do it. Because sometimes it's more profitable to sell the Bitcoin for cash and then buy the Litecoin than it is to just come up here and switch Bitcoin directly for the Litecoin. Now, I wouldn't waste my time if you're new trying to track exchange opportunities with that, because there's plenty of plenty of trading bots doing it already. The BitConnect bot, this is one of the things it does. So you're not going to beat it. Like the transactions happen almost instantly. But you'll see situations where what brought us to that is this Bitcoin Cash is dropping 12.5%. Yet if we go down here to Tether and see what's going on with Bitcoin Cash, well, it's really only down 6.3%. Because that's the actual cash value. 1741. Man, this thing's shooting through the roof. Oh, I need to get more Bitcoin Cash. But when Bitcoin rises, it takes a lower amount of Bitcoin to stay at that $1,700. Okay, like if Bitcoin was at 15,000, this would take so much Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin raised to 20,000, but this stayed exactly at that, you'd see 0 here, and you'd go up and see a drop. So for newbies, that's one of the things that you might find confusing. I might find confusing, or I did find confusing. If you did want to make some trades where you trade to one coin and then another and then back again, I'd recommend going to a smaller, like this other one we were talking about, Trade Satoshi, where they give you all these free coins every day. I'd recommend trying it here, because a lot of these markets are disconnected. They're not, you'll see huge swings. It's not exactly easy to do, but if you come and try it with the free coins, and you're not really risking anything, right? Don't put your hard-earned money in and try to do fancy coin flips, because that's not going to get you anywhere. If you're looking to make money, that's pretty easy, because you're looking at crypto. So if you do anything crypto related, you're going to make money. Anything at all. Because that's just the way crypto works. Because you're probably the one guy that you know, or girl, or whoever's watching, that everyone else doesn't even want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone with your crypto. But not you. You're here. You're learning. You're going to be one of those millionaires soon. It's going to happen. But learn to play with coins that don't really matter, like free coins. Learn how the trade works, all that sort of stuff. Now, another question. Let's see. Still no live questions, right? This is what I get for starting a new channel. Nobody follows yet. Yet, right? If you build it, they will come. So I'm building it. Come. Look at this. To give. I think I'll take another claim. Just since we're sitting here. In case you didn't see how this works. Come to this site. You tell it, I'm not a robot. Give me some coin. And it'll say, nope, you're not a robot. Give you some coin. You hit claim, and you'll see a little pop-up down here at the corner that says, hey, you got your half of a coin. And half a coin doesn't sound like a lot, or these little fractions, but I want you guys to keep in mind that they still, back in 2010, 2011, there were websites that would give away 5 Bitcoins. Five Bitcoins just for showing up, so they could have their little Google ad in the corner. But at the time, the coin was worthless, so they thought they got the best of you. So let's see here. What else can we talk about? Let's talk about another newbie question. Storing Bitcoins, okay? Where do you keep your Bitcoin? Where should you keep your Bitcoin if you have Bitcoin? I could tell you the number one do not do is do not keep it on an exchange. Okay? All these places where you could trade this coin for that coin for that coin, don't do it, because they fail. They always fail, and they always run off, and you never get anything back. But what I do is this. Okay? What is this, you're saying? This is public keys to private paper wallets. This one's Bitcoin Cash. This one's regular Bitcoin. I don't know if you can see that. Probably some of you are scanning them already to see how much coin I got. There's not much coin in there. I got Bitcoin Cash, has a little bit mining every day. But these I carry with me. And the reason is, if anyone wants to give me coin, or I'm doing something where I could collect some coin or withdraw some coin, I pull this out and I send it to this. And the private key to this is a paper wallet. It's another card that looks just like this. It's laminated. There's actually 2 of them. One is in a safe. The other is in a safety deposit box. So kind of double redundant there. In case I lose one, I can get to the other, such and such. But there really isn't much on there. because I don't have many coins at the moment. That's a long story, probably for another video. But that's how I recommend storing coins. If you need help making something like this, let me know. I could do a video on how I made these. At some point, I might, do a batch of them and send them out to some of my followers or subscribers that want them, just sort of as a thank you. Although you should never take someone else's paper wallet. You really should only use a wallet that you have generated yourself, because you never can tell. Now, making money with Bitcoin. When you're going to make money with Bitcoin, you got to decide. Are you trying to make cash, or are you trying to make more Bitcoin? Because there's a difference. There's a big difference, and it might not seem like so, but there is. And it has to do with your mindset when you're making trades. Because there's, let's say, Bitcoin's on the way down. And so we buy into an altcoin, right? Or this is something I do a lot. I'll buy some Bitcoin, like $20, $100, whatever. Well, I used to. And I'll go right now, personally, I have almost no Bitcoin. None. At 17,600, no. I personally am expecting a pullback to about 5,000. So what I do is I dump it into some of these altcoins. An altcoin is any coin that is not Bitcoin. Because you'll come here and you'll see that if Bitcoin drops, these rise. Okay? And if Bitcoin rises, these drop. So what I'll do is I'll look for a coin myself, and this is only my personal thing. You should not follow anything I say, but you should listen to it to learn, to see what is this guy's thinking. Why does he do what he does, and start to picture everyone else in the world and what they're doing and why they're doing it. But I like to follow. I always click on this last price here because I look at these really, really, really cheap coins. And the reason is there's so much more upside that could happen. And usually when I click on this last page here and look at them, I could see just about every coin I own. And some people would call these junk coins, and maybe they are, but I like them, and I have fun with them, and I don't know. Like red coin. This red coin has a volume today of 96 Bitcoins. It's almost a couple $1 million, right? Now, in contrast, some of the top Ripple had 32,000 Bitcoins today. But that's not going to hold. But what happens when a coin like this starts to get higher volume, which they do? This red coin and doggy coin, I call it. Some people Doge coin. Whatever you call it, doesn't matter. It's the same coin. Both of these will get pumped. I remember when red coin and doggy coin were the exact same price about a month ago. They were both sitting at 13. But I have some money here. I have some money here. some money in Verge, DigiBuy, and some ADA. ADA used to be on this page, but it graduated out of this page. It used to be right here when I bought it. It said ADA. And it's gone now because it was new and I knew it was undervalued. A lot of these new coins, if you come up with a way to value them and then look at what the market's doing, eventually you get to a point where you kind of, you can see how many coins they have are out there, right? That's important to look at because that's a limiting factor, is knowing how many coins are in circulation of any given coin. So I was just talking about Verge here a minute ago, or ADA. How would you check that? Well, it's easy. You go over here to CoinMarketCap, and what you're going to do is search for whatever coin it is that you're curious about. In this ADA, there's a total supply of 31 billion. Currently, only 25 billion are out there. A lot of coins. A lot of coins. Way more than Bitcoin. But some coins got even more. Like, it's crazy. And down here we can see this coin isn't that old. Right? Back in October. Yet it's been on the rise. But I like this coin. Let's check another thing. Red coin. I was just talking about red coin. Let's see how many of those there are. 28 billion. And you could see these, and then you'll find another coin that doesn't have nearly as much, like J coin or Joint coin. And you go over here and you say, look, there's only 3 million of those coins. What's going on there? Well, what's going on there is this coin got delisted from Bittrex, and now it's just on a couple of smaller websites. I believe this is around the time they delisted it. But you can see there's a lot less, right? Let's see. Check this out. 42 coin. Some of you may have heard of 42. I don't like 42 coin anymore because I have some 42 coin. And I got it when it first came out. And I sat on it. And I saved it. And I went the other day and looked and said, hey, it's going up in value. And guess what happened? The coin that I have doesn't, they deleted the blockchain and started a new one and reissued it. But the point that I was making was that, look at this coin, only has 42 coins in existence. Every coin has a different circulating supply and a total supply. And that really plays a part in how much a coin is worth or can be valued at, or how I value them. Another great site. This site makes value, I tell you. And this is called Coin Wars. And what Coin Wars is, for you newbies, learn about it, especially if you're mining. Back when I started, like everyone was mining, but not many people are mining anymore. Well, they are, but just not until their learning curve has kind of went up and they realize what's actually going on. Like, Bitcoin is so easy, you wouldn't believe it. You could explain it to someone in like 5 minutes and they could start using it. But there's stuff about Bitcoin that you'll learn freaking months later that makes you realize things that you're like, oh yeah, that's how that works. That's why that's jumping around, right? So coin wars. This shows you the most profitable coin at that moment to be mining. So if you're using, this is Bitcoin Cash is what's up there now. And I clicked on that. Each one of these, the Shaw Script X11 Quark, right? Lyra. These are all different hashing algorithms, okay? Now your computer can probably do any of these, but the special machines that they make to mine coins and nothing else can usually only do one of these. And this Shaw 256 was the first one. This was Bitcoin. And that's the one I have check marked. And I'm saying right here I have 1100, just gigahertz, gigahash seconds. This is roughly a tetrahash second. Let's change that to exactly a tetrahash second, because that's what my machine does. The wattage isn't quite right, but and what this will do is tell me if I have a Bitcoin, mining rig, what coin should I be mining? Should I be mining Bitcoin or should I be mining Bitcoin Cash? And this site tells us, well, if you were mining Bitcoin Cash, you would earn about 0.002 Bitcoin Cash a day. And this is how it's exchanging this is the exchange rate. This is probably the best exchange rate because it says Bitfinex, but this will jump around. And this is how much has been exchanged, so there's a lot of volume there. And this is how much you'll earn minus your electricity. This is how much profit you'll make, right? Assuming you were like dumb enough to sell your coin on day one to pay for electricity. Then you'd be making $1.03 a day if I mined Bitcoin Cash instead of Bitcoin. It's telling me I'd probably be about 261% more profitable mining Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin is my final goal. And then there's some other coins, Jewel Coin, Peer Coin, and then here's Bitcoin. And if I was just mining Bitcoin straight up right now, I would be getting 0.0002, which, no, you're not going to get that. You might if you're lucky. And I'd be making 39 cents a day, or $2.79 worth of Bitcoin, or this amount of Bitcoin. This is the real amount that it thinks I'd make, right? That's the average. But I'd be making 0.0015806 if I ran my coin miner on that. But if I got this other coin and switched them out, I'd actually be making that amount. So this is Coin Wars. This is how Coin Wars works. A lot of the mining pools that you'll see, like multi-pool and the auto switching pools where they claim that they're following the most profitable pool, this is the site that the pool checks with. It'll actually come and check here every 5 minutes or so. And if one of these coins, like let's say someone went in there and said, oh, Unbreakable, and they put just this huge order on Unbreakable where the price went up, but the hash rate, the amount of coins you'd make, the power going into it was still the same. Well, if the price went up, this would shoot up here to number one. And then when that happened, all the multi-pools that are following this, as soon as they checked with the site and they said, hey, Unbreakable is worth more than anything right now, they would all switch, which would actually make the hash rate, which is the total amount of power that's trying to earn a coin, go up. That would shoot up once they all jumped onto it. And that would make it less profitable for you to mine. And you could see these right here. This is the Bitcoin Cash spot. And right about right here, you can see the mouse. You see this shoot up. Well, that same thing with the price. The price kind of did the same thing there, right? You see these humps? The price and the difficulty are predictive of each other. There was when Bitcoin was crashing about a month ago, Bitcoin Cash, the hash rate went so high that it actually beat Bitcoin for a moment. And the value of a Bitcoin Cash shot way up to, I think, almost 0.48 was as high as I seen it at one time. Almost half a Bitcoin for a Bitcoin Cash. So that's how I mine, right? I take the long, slow approach. I'll slowly build up Bitcoin Cash while it's down here at 1/10 of a Bitcoin. And then when the Bitcoin pullback happens and this pops up, then I will sell it for the cheap Bitcoin at the time, because Bitcoin is king. It always will be. Everything's connected to that. Let's see. All right. So I've been streaming a while now. Went over several topics. If you like these videos at all, please subscribe. I will be trying to do a live video every day. Sometimes I might even do it twice a day. One in the morning time like this, another time later in the evening. Just so I could help out as many people as I can. Again, if you have questions, write them down below. I'll try and touch on them on the next video. I'll try and update any of the links that I posted down there, and